Going on, y'all? We're gonna go break down this quick NFL slate right here, the single game showdown. We're gonna be breaking down the Thursday night special, 100,000 the first. So 102,000 contestants. This will probably fill. So I have a full slate going on right here. You got the Atlanta Falcons and the Carolina Panthers are going to be going at it. You got the spread of 2.5 favored to Atlanta. You got a 41-point total. We're going to go back over and look. It appears to be a pretty close game here. They've just had a game back in week 8, I believe. Let's see. Yeah, back in week 8, they did have a game. That was fairly high scoring, pretty good game. In that game, you had DJ Moore. Got him 24.5 points. That Cordell Patterson was out of that game. Got Dante Foreman. He had 31.8. I believe he was the highest person on the slate that night. Now, I don't see another game where DJ Moore and Foreman both get there. Who I do like to lean to this time is maybe Terrence Marshall. If you go back to that game, he did have 10.7 off of 9 targets. But Marshall's been used a little bit more. I think Atlanta's going to see what happened with DJ Moore last game. And I don't think he gets 11 targets. I think he's going to be under on targets. And Marshall's going to be having more targets this game, so because they're going to be probably trying to lock up DJ Moore. But 24-5 last game right there. So who I like to get to, I'd also like to have Foreman in here again, just because he's probably going to be the main running back. You got Chuba Hubbard here. So questionable for week 10, so that's something to keep an eye on. I don't see him throwing him back in front of Foreman, but anything possible, I guess. Patterson, I like Patterson this game. He's been fairly consistent through most games. Anytime he's faced like a higher ranked bad ranking defense, he's put up pretty good numbers. He was coming off of that injury. Looked pretty healthy last week. Didn't have no problem. So I ain't got no issue running Patterson out there. Mariota. Looks like Walker's going to be the starter here. And Mayfield the backup. If I'm getting to a quarterback, going to lean toward Marcus there. But you could slide in some PJ Walker. He does one of his best games to date this season. Was that one against Atlanta? This game's going to be in Cleveland, or not Cleveland, I'm sorry. It's going to be in Carolina. It's got the home field advantage. But really, who you want to get up in that MVP place? I'm probably gonna over on FanDuel. I'm leaning toward, of course, Terrence Marshall. Kyle Pitts would not be a bad MVP play if you're trying to stay off a quarterback, and I think this is a night you're gonna have to be off a quarterback at MVP. If you put Mariota in there and get Pitts in the bottom, maybe you look all right. Patterson and Probably want Patterson, Foreman, Marshall. But with this one, we're going to run Marshall in the MVP. I have a run back with Pitts right there. Get Mariota for his leg. So this is kind of how I'm starting out tonight. That's going to leave you with 12,750, so you can get a pretty good team in there. You can still get Patterson and have 11,5. You could even get Patterson and Foreman in there. Not going to be real different though, so probably would lean off of that. Maybe have one of these in there and then do something on the other side, maybe with a kicker. The kicker I'm liking is Koo tonight. If I'm going toward a kicker, I'm probably leaning toward Koo. But Panera, Eddie probably be alright also. Could do a double stack kicker in here if you think the game is not going to be like high scoring. Could throw some defense in there. Way down here, I don't like a lot about this down here. Let's see what Thomas did last game. He ain't done doing anything really. Tommy Trimble. It could be an interesting play right there. Lower ownership. Sneak him down in there. Let's say you did that. And you can pretty much get anybody that you want mixed in there. So get Tyler Algier. You could get him in there. Still pretty much get anybody, but well, yeah, you can get anybody else on that one also. So maybe you want to run Patterson and Algier. So this, if I'm running that, I'm probably changing something around because of all this heaviness on the Atlanta side. I'd probably actually run this back with like a PJ Walker or a DJ Moore, maybe something like that. Two of Carolina's pass catchers, both running backs on the Atlanta side, and a tight end. No quarterbacks in that lineup, but you know, that's kind of what you can do. Now if you want to go back and reconfigure stuff, say Patterson gets hurt again or something, or maybe it's leaning toward Algier gets a couple of good passes and get some TD down there, and then you want to run it back with Foreman. Some Mariota in there. So you want to fade Patterson on this one. Could even put more in there and still have 10 grand. Get your kicker in there. So this lineup would probably not be bad. Maybe you want to change more out for Marshall. That leaves you more salary on the table to get different. You can change Pitts, put Pitts in there, even leave more salary on. You even take Mariota out right there. Throw some Drake London in there. So I believe this is going to be a slate. You're going to have to leave some salary on the table, as a lot of showdown slates are. Going on down into here, I don't really care for much down this low. Let's see what Bird is. You could go Bird here. Last game he had 6 targets, 3 receptions, 67 yards, and a touchdown, 14.2. That would probably get you there tonight. Chenault. Way to go, but I don't like it. There's not a lot right there to look at. But if I'm leaning towards somebody down this low, probably Bird would be one. Got Blackshear here, which I would probably stay away from. If Herbert is still inactive, or I'm sorry, Chuba Herbert. If he is still inactive, I would probably be going with Raheem Blackshear as a lower owned punt play. Got Spencer Brown, which also had a little work, but nothing too great. I don't know where Brian Edwards has been. I thought he was going to be used a little more this year, but you don't even want to play him either. Could play Thomas, but you got people in front of him that will get the run before. On down this low, you're really getting into stuff that probably ain't gonna help you at all. Yeah, I would stay off any of this down this low. Probably the lowest person I get to tonight would probably gonna be let's look at this here. Smell there could be a sneaky play, but probably ain't gonna go that low. Probably Tommy Trimble there. Probably gonna be the lowest I want to go on this slate. Maybe some Hodge. When he gets work, he's been alright. So Bird, Treble, a little bit of Hodge maybe. Could go Huntley here. If you look back at that one game, he had 16 carries. Of course, that was when Patterson was out, so I don't see that replaying. But maybe and to get ahead a good bit, he could come in and play a little bit. That's pretty much the breakdown though, but it just pretty much goes how y'all want to play this thing, as always. But you can throw Patterson in the top, Foreman. Fucking Patterson, Foreman, Moore, all you big names. Not liking the quarterbacks as much. The main quarterback I'm going toward is Mariota there. You could slide Walker in. Say you're playing from behind and you want to stack up like a lot of Atlanta. Here, say you want Mariota and Walker in the lineup. And say dude playing from behind. So it's going to be hard to even get both quarterbacks in at the same time on this one. I mean, I wouldn't mind that. Or even your other kicker there. So you got Walker. Run game. That script would call like a large amount of run game on the Atlanta side. You could even flip Walker and put Mariota in there if you wanted to, probably. To mix it up a little more. You got Marshall and the kicker. So that's how we're rolling it tonight. Good luck, y'all. Make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell, turn those post notices on. We out.